So today's November 8th. I've kind of just been, doing stuff that's pretty boring to film. Cleaning up around camp a little bit more and just whatever, making plans and doing some exploring, clearing some trail. Well, I should say blazing some trail, And, getting all my traps dyed up and everything. And right now I'm dyeing my plywood so I can build all my marten boxes, which I still haven't done. I have a bunch of marten boxes from last year that are up at the big lake. They're stashed there, so if I make it that far, then I'll use them there, but I didn't want to carry them all the way back there when I have enough plywood to build more. This plywood I gathered up from construction sites that I worked on out of the dumpsters and stuff, cut-offs, last year, and I cut it all into pieces already to build marten boxes with, just thinking I'd build the sides with pieces of wood that I milled with my chainsaw. There's some scrap wood here that I can use instead. That'll work just as good, if not better, because of the color of it. So I'll kind of just show you what I'm up to today. So I've got all my traps that I've already dyed, mostly hanging up off my tent frame there, and some over here off the tree and everything. And I got my number 3 soft catches in here for lynx. They're dyed up, and then I got my wolf traps over here. So they're all dyed again, and they're ready to wax. This time, this year when I wax them, I'm gonna use just clean water. Just because I've put so many traps in this thing of dye that I'm sure that it doesn't smell clean anymore. So I dyed up some spare chain that I have and everything. Just it wasn't rusted, that's why it's not too good yet. But so I'm just getting all my traps ready. Most of them are getting ready to put away. So what I'm up to today is in there I got a bunch of plywood. So this is my plywood cuttings that I've made from like I said, scraps from construction sites. So just I knew it was the last thing I wanted to do was it's only been in there for a little bit. I dunked this in the water already just to make sure it wasn't just on the surface, and it appears like it'll stay maybe. So even if it doesn't, it'll make some difference, make the wood look a little bit older. Maybe that doesn't even make a difference, I don't know, but I think it does. Yeah, so in here I'm not gonna open that up, I'll just steam up the camera, but I'm just it's not too hot, but I'm just got a batch of plywood in there. I just keep stirring it, obviously, because they're floating. So I'll dye those up, and then I'm working over at the skinning shack building a couple marten boxes. Well, getting ready to. I've only built one so far. So these are the boards that were here at the camp that I'm using for building my marten boxes. I built one so far. Obviously I didn't dye that one, but it's like a, whatever you call it, shiplap, So I'm just taking that, it's the right size if I take that off with my axe. So that's what I've done on this side already. You can see where it's right there. It's smooth. So yeah, I just did that with my axe. And when it becomes the right size, and this is a good size, it fits. I have LDL traps as well as Belle Isle traps, and they both fit in there pretty good. The Belle Isles are a little bit bigger. Now I have some Savageau traps as well. I believe they're called like C120s or something like that. I don't know. Anyways, it's a certified trap, and they're a little bit bigger, so I haven't checked them yet. I don't think that they'll fit, but they may actually fit the other way, because this is, well, you can see it. We'll see. Anyways, I got 12 of them, so I got to build boxes for them. So that's what I'm working on right now, and I'm working on some coffee right now. And inside here, I'm just getting ready. I caught these 2 beavers the other day, the day before yesterday. So I'm just gonna skin them up. They're 2 pretty big ones, and yeah, I just cleaned up in here a little bit, and yeah. So I'm just gonna have some coffee, get the generator going, I think, because so I can see a little bit better in here. And then yeah, that's my plan today. And then build marten boxes. You know, I got quite a few boxes to build, so I got my day's work cut out for me. Like I said, it's November, what did I say it was, 8th? Yeah, it's November 8th today. So, you know, I purposely have not been trapping winter fur yet. I think it's a little early. They're open, but it'll be better if I wait a little bit. So maybe in the next few days I'll start putting out the boxes and pre-baiting, and then, yeah. So I've been working on my marten boxes here. This is kind of a little, not really design I came up with, but just what I'm doing. So, you know, these are the boxes. I put these three, so obviously the trap goes there. I put these 3 holes just to put sticks through to hold the bait in the back. You know, because I had lots of times before weasels and stuff going in and pulling the bait up and then getting it stuck in the trap. So that'll prevent that. And then I put a hole on each side just so I could, you know, so say there's a, you know, there's a nail right there, just so I could just put the boxes in the same spot every year, and they just hang off the nail like that. You know, I could do that, or maybe I should do 2 holes just to make it more sturdy. Yeah, maybe. Or I'm probably going to put a screw right there anyways. I'll just start the screw with the drill, and then I'll just carry a screwdriver with me, make it a little more solid, but obviously the trap will be attached somewhere else anyways. So that's one thing I did. And then the other thing is I didn't have any mesh screen, so I just put a board on the back and drilled a bunch of holes for the scent to go through. So that's my that's kind of my idea, since I don't have any of the mesh to go on the back. So these will be for marten, and I guess I'll use them for mink too. Tiger's been running down to where I got a trap across the river all morning. You know, I went and checked this trap this morning, and there was nothing in it, but he's all excited. Tiger, he won't go across the river there, but I put a 120 in one of those marten boxes I made yesterday right on the ice, so even if he did, he can't get to it because he can't walk on the ice. Yep, that trap set off, and there's tracks near it. It snowed last night, so that's all new. Yeah, I think Tiger's been trying to tell me something. You stay, you stay. Well, it was just set off. I guess I put too much grass maybe to cover it, and he probably set it off pulling the grass out of the way, so I don't know. I can just smell him over there though, real strong. Must have scared him.